Okay, so I have some bad news. This is after I was finished recording. I accidentally didn't realize my mic was unplugged, so I'm just gonna narrate over this video. So, as you can see, I officially loaded in. I'm looking around. I decided to just go straight into it and not even think about anything and just go for it. As you can see, climbing these shrooms, ready to fight Blurg and the gang. And once the battle commenced, I put Shadowheart in that corner and I immediately used the guiding bolt in hopes I would hit. And I did. Shadowheart hit with the 20, which is really good, surprisingly. And then I decided to put a shield immediately on Henry. Then I sent Astarion out next to Shadowheart, as you can see. Then I shot Blurg. Oh, no, that's not Blurg. That's a Myconid. Blurg wasn't triggered just yet, but I was paranoid he was gonna get triggered, so that's when I decided not to use Misty Step, by the way, because I thought Blurg was going to get triggered. Didn't want him to get triggered, so I tried to avoid it as much as possible, triggering him, and just killing this Myconid, but as you can see, he ended up getting triggered anyways, and engaging in combat, so I just sent Henry in this corner. Then Will went up, and I don't remember what I did. I'll take a look what I did. I guess I didn't know what I was doing either, because I haven't selected. Okay, I decided to dole it up, and smack the one from far away because I don't know. And then I put a fire shield on in hopes that one of them would punch me. This guy comes running. And then this guy punches me, as you can see, and dies instantly, which was amazing. And Blurg tries to use Shatter, but I use the backlash, didn't really do much damage at all. And these other Myconids get triggered and they start running towards us. And this is when I start panicking a little bit because I was overwhelmed. Also, she says interloper, which to me is quite shocking, but I don't know. Alright, my turn again. I decided to use another guiding bolt since I had so much luck the first time. Decided to use it on Blur because he had the highest percentage of hitting. And it hit with 13, not as good as the 20, but still better than nothing for the 1 damage that Shadowheart usually does. Then I decided to go ahead and heal Will as he was dying severely. Astarion's turn here. I thought I could sneak attack him, but I couldn't, obviously. So I'm just looking at my options at this point. I hear someone else get triggered, and it made me upset. So I start to scroll a little bit faster and make a decision faster, and I decided to just shoot Blurg, because Blurg is my concern. But I got nervous here because I thought the Sovereign got triggered, and I was like, I am dead. Yeah, that's when I panicked a little bit right there. So I ran back down because I was scared, and I decided to Misty Step away closer to Blurg because I was scared of the Sovereign, and Blurg was a real problem. He needed to go away. I tried to stab him sneakily, but realized I couldn't, so I tried again to stab him, and I missed, as you can see. Henry's turn. I decided to stab Blurg, but I missed. So then I try again, and I land a hit this time. And then I try again, and I land yet another hit. Then we have Will again. I don't remember what I tried to do here. Oh, I was still scared about the Sovereign, so I just sent him away. I think I'm gonna have him dole here in a second. Yup. So he went ahead and doled that green one. Hit, not that much damage, but it could be worse. Blur gets tired of me and tries to teleport, and he successfully does. And then this green guy gets hit by Shadowheart. Green guy spits on Will. I look at the Sovereign because I'm like, is he gonna move? And I was scared, and turns out he didn't want to come attack us just yet, so I was fine. We were safe for the moment. I tried my luck again with the Guiding Bolt. Man, I really love this move. And I hit with 12 damage, and then I decided to heal Will. And Astarion goes and stabs this guy. Hits him very successfully. And I sneak attack the Mycin in hopes it'll kill him, but I miss, so I just stab him regularly. And the octopi are summoned, my favorite. Then I send Will back because he's dangerously low health. Other green guy approaches and spits on Will, and Will dies anyways. Shadowheart, I test my luck again with a guiding bolt, or actually I think about it, but notice I'm at a disadvantage. So I decide to use this move, green, whatever it's called, I don't know. And it was very successful. Henry VIII moves back because I noticed the mushroom's about to blow. And I shoot the last remaining green boy. Or, I guess I don't. Why didn't I? I don't know. Green mushroom stops sparkling. Shadowheart tries to attack. She successfully hits again. 4 damage only, though. I pick Will back up because I'm tired of seeing him in the green goop. Myconid spits at us again. When does it not? I test my luck with Inferno instead. Or, I mean Inferno, Ignis. And I critically miss. Struggle a little bit as it lags a little bit. I don't know what to call this. Shoot him in the head. Do 8 damage and get lightning charged.
Battle favors the fearless.
Leave Will alone because we're not dealing with him. Shadowheart tries her guiding light. She does 1 damage again, consistently hitting for once. Yep, Henry shoots again. And then we finish that first batch of Myconids, which I was very proud of. And here I decide to back up a bit because I'm scared some Myconids are going to walk towards us. And I decide I want a short rest. And then guess what? I decide I want a short rest. Wait for it. Wait for it. Again. So I double short rested because I don't know why actually. And I save immediately. Then I just start to loot a little bit. I see these cool ass shells that I decided to put in my chest at camp. I see this cool ass shell thingy mabobber that looks like a mind flayer, so I take it to put in my non-existent house. I decided to lockpick this chest, and my rogue skills aren't very good because I failed the first time. And then I try adding Shadowheart's bonus, and I roll again in hopes I get it, and I don't. I failed again miserably. And I decide to try one more time, and I end up actually opening the chest successfully and looting it. After looting all that stuff, I decided to save again because in case I died, I didn't want to re-loot everything. It took me forever. And then I decide to walk towards where Glutz is so I can kill the Myconids from that angle, and then decide after I kill Glutz, I'll probably go for the Sovereign. So that was my strategy that I decided to implement. I see the trader lady, and then I see Glutz, and at first I thought I could recruit him to be my friend because he wanted to kill the Sovereign. If you befriend him, but he is angry at me, so I was like, oh snap, I gotta kill Glutz, not realizing the monster thing on the right hand side. So I was like, I got this, all confident, not seeing that, again, monster thingy on the right hand side. So I decided to just throw fire. Couldn't decide at what, the hook or the glut, so I chose glut actually, and I missed. So I backed up in anxiety. So Will, I had him go forth and commit a dole, you know, a dole. And he hit, only 6 damage though. Shadowheart, I ran out of guiding bolt magic, so I was like, I don't know what to do with her. So I just looked around and realized that she casts fire stuff. But then I was like, nah, let's not do that. But then I was like, nah, let's do another sacred flame instead. Who cares about fire attacks? Then even more Myconids got triggered, which I was not expecting. So I got very nervous at this point. Glutz burns here. Here comes the other boy, running, jogging at us. He smacks Shadowheart, which I was not very happy with, but he turns his back on Will and Shadowheart, and they both tragically miss somehow. This hook uses Pounce, which was not good. Astarion falls, and he just absolutely smacked Astarion's ass, almost kills him. So I decide to try to give him a good smack, but I missed. So I was like, you know what? Let me try again, and I missed again. So I changed my target to Glutz, and I missed also. So then Astarion, I was like, let me take a bite to heal, but I realized it's undead. So I was like, oh man, I can't. So I decided to sneak attack it, and I successfully get it, and then I stab him again. And I'm like, okay, that's good enough. Will, I was like, let me use my green power. And then I realized Henry's in the way, like an idiot. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm doling it up. So I just doled it up against the purple guy over there from Five Nights at Freddy's. Purple guy tries to smack us, but Astarion stabs his ass as he's walking away. Shadowheart, I didn't know what to do with, so I was like, let's actually use the fire this time. And I couldn't decide between Glutz and that guy, but ended up choosing Glutz, and I did 14 damage, which was really good. And then the octopi killed it, and then this guy stabs me. Right here, I don't know what happened. I literally cannot tell what happened. I remember being in bewilderment. I still don't know what's happening. We're all smacking each other and dying. So Astarion sneak attacks again and successfully hits with 17 damage. And then he stabs again, which was also successful. And then Henry VIII decides to use Burning Hand Scroll on him. I zoom in right on his neck and do 8 damage. I miss a couple stabs. That's okay, I hit the last one pretty well.
Forever
Will is
dauntless.
not looking too hot here. But he uses the green attack I've been trying to use and does 8 damage. After that, this purple guy spits at us. And everyone starts laughing hysterically and it freaked me out. Shadowheart does magic thingies. I don't even know what she did. I don't use those spells. But she's laughing like a psycho and then she smacks the hook. I don't know what side she's on. Astarion gets absolutely smacked to death. This guy tries to punch Will, but Will stabs him in return. Someone is still laughing and I think it's Henry. It is Henry. So Henry just does this weird thingy mabobbers that I don't use, commits Featherfall, and just stabs. I think the hook guy was the bigger problem, so I killed him. Prioritized him. After that, purple guy comes out of the shadows. I completely forgot he was there to begin with. And he tries to kill Henry, which he almost does. I decided I'm just gonna try to smack with Shadowheart's axe, and I miss, and I regretted my choices. This guy punches Will in the back, and then this guy runs back to punch Shadowheart, but he misses. And then Will tries to stab again and misses, and then he hides behind this cow thing. I decide I want to use something. I just don't remember what. I think I end up using that arrow scroll thingy majiggy, not the acid arrow, the other one. I thought about the acid arrow, the magic missile. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use this. I didn't realize I could choose other targets, so I clicked on purple guy 3 times. But that's okay, because Octopi came in and clutched, and I was like, oh, good! And so then Will, I was like, you know what, let's just have him dole from the distance. I don't know what else to do. Let's just not hit the cow. Doled him, critically missed, was disappointed, decided to just stab him. Which I hit, surprisingly, with 3 damage. Shadowheart, I was just gonna use the guiding bolt magic thingy mabobber. Missed. This guy tries to punch us in the face. And he climbs a shroom and then gets down again. And then at this point I just decided keep my distance and just shoot. And then the octopi finish him off with 1 arrow. So this is where I wipe my eyebrow off and try to
communal use, it seems.
wipe my eyebrow off. I'm sorry, I can't speak. Wipe the sweat off my brow because I was nervous. And then I tried to loot the Myconid, but as you saw, the lady did not like it. So I saved. I'm trying to talk so fast. This is harder than it looks. And then I go to camp and I decide I'm gonna long rest it up. And I can't fast travel for some reason. And then I realize that my whole party is not there. That I'm missing a particular someone that had died and I forgot died in battle. So I go back because I thought it was a glitch at first and realized Astarion was the one who was down and I needed to pick him up. So that's when I go pick him up. Okay, after I pick him up, I go back to camp and I decide to long rest because I used my short rest obviously, and all that's left to do is kill the Sovereign. Since I can't really loot the Myconids because that lady's getting mad at me, I decided to just go straight for the Sovereign. And I'm trying to see which course of action is the best. And I decided to go up the mushroom stool thingies. And I decided to save again because I'm a wimp. Okay, so I climb the mushrooms and engage battle with the Sovereign. Send Astarion, collect some of those spores, and run a little bit further. And then I shoot it. And I hit it with 8 damage. Then I shoot it again, and I critically hit it with 13 damage. And then I Misty Step to another point that way. I don't know why. I just did because I thought it would be epic. Then Henry goes, and I wanted to keep my distance because I wasn't sure what this guy's fighting style was. So I just decided to throw some alchemy fire. Because they should burn easy, and it hits the both of them. Realized the purple guy was there, and I was like, oh snap, there's 2 people. Shadowheart, you know me, my favorite move, Guiding Bolt. I use it, I hit the Sovereign, wonderful. Then I put a shield on Henry, because I thought the Sovereign might attack Henry. The Sovereign picks people up, which I forgot that's what Myconids do, so I was like, oh snap, I gotta kill the Sovereign before he revives everything. So I sent Will out, made him collect some spores, so I can put on a fire shield in hopes that I'd get smacked by the freshly revived thingy. The purple girl, sorry, excuse me, pardon me, comes out. I shoot the Sovereign, or I shoot the minion, I guess, not the Sovereign. Only 6 damage. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get in close. So I go to stab the purple guy, but realize I can't. So I go stab the little guy, which I successfully do. And I realize I can stab him again, which I also successfully do. Henry smacks purple guy. does good damage, 15. That's pretty good. This is my guiding bolt magic. Decide to stack it on the Sovereign, 10 damage this time. And I put a shield on Asterion because he's the one closer to the Sovereign. Sovereign revives another guy! Excuse me, I'm yawning. The other guy also has a freaking crossbow. Would you look at that? Will decides to use... What is he gonna use? We decide to just smack this purple guy. No, we don't. We decide to just dole it up on the main Sovereign because why not? We do 3 damage, which I'm disappointed in. Purple guy burns, smacks us, but we stab him in the octopi clutch. I try to stab him, and I do a lot of damage, and the octopi appears, and I kill the Sovereign, and I was like, I got this. So I killed the little guy in another octopi. I was like, oh my god, all the Myconids are finally wiped out. Finally. Though I was quite sad about it, because they're my favorite. I decided to save after that Sovereign battle, because who wouldn't? Are you kidding me? Then I go talk to Phila, or whatever her name is. She's a little spicy, but that's okay. I spin the wheel. I spin for a 1, which is, what's wrong with you? She tells me she got poisoned, of course. And that's when I'm like, will Henry help out a civilization or a person for once? So we spin the wheel, and surprisingly, Henry decides to give her an antitoxin, which blew my mind, by the way, that he did that. So Will approved, and I, no, I don't want him. She asks why we're helping, and then Henry becomes himself again after being nice, because he can never be nice, and says it's always useful to be owed a favor. I noticed Shadow's heart hole in her hand. Then I spin the wheel again after she says she needs her kin or whatever. And we say you're in no condition to help anyone. We're nice again. We're bipolar. And then she tries to force me into rescuing her kin. And then they talk about money, and I kind of want Henry to do it. So she asks me for my help, and I get extremely nervous because I don't know if I'm going to help the civilization or not. I'm expecting not to, but surprisingly, I agree. Henry VIII agree and says, all right, I'll free your people if I can. Then she gave me some boots so I can run around. So then I decide that this is where I should stop, and that next time I would go ahead and, kick some, maybe kill the Dragors? I don't know. I probably said that so wrong. Maybe kill them. Who knows? Maybe save the gnomes. We'll see what Henry decides to do. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.